Sean, if the professor calls about that job, just tell him sorry.
Hello and welcome back to the second edition of Top 10 Emotional Last Lines in Movies. Today we're going to look at the top 5 movie endings. If you've missed the first part, don't forget to go back and watch the video, link in the description. Also watch our other videos and please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell for notifications on our latest videos. Your support greatly helps us grow and bring you better quality content. Here are the most emotional last lines in movies. Number 5. I hope the Pacific is as blue as it has been in my dreams. I hope. The Shawshank Redemption.
I hope the Pacific is as blue as it has been in my dreams.
Shawshank's message about the enduring power of hope and friendship has found a special place in our nostalgia-loving hearts. The entire movie delves on hope, a hope that tomorrow will be better than today. Andy Dufresne has a really horrible time. First being convicted of a crime he didn't commit, being sexually assaulted and kept in solitary confinement for months at end. He forms a strong bond with Ellis Redinger, to whom he tells that hope is what gets him through the harsh days. Alan escapes from prison and a year later Ellis is released. The last lines Ellis says as he was on the bus, crossing the border to meet Andy, are the most powerful. I find him so excited that I can barely sit or hold still a thought in my head. I think it's the excitement only a free man can feel. A free man at the start of a long journey whose conclusion is uncertain. I hope I can make it across the border. I hope to see my friend and shake his hand. I hope the Pacific is as blue as it has been in my dreams. I hope.
In my dreams.
Number 4, So Long Partner, Toy Story 3.
Partner.
The Toy Story films are filled with hilarious and heartwarming moments, usually accompanied by some great quotes. While Toy Story 4 had a great story worth telling and concluded in a really poignant way, it didn't quite beat the bittersweet emotion of Toy Story 3's ending. As Andy leaves his toys with Bonnie and drives off to start his college education, Woody watches his kid's car disappear over the horizon and says, "So long, partner." This is so deep, story of a strong bond between a toy and his owner. It's a really heartfelt moment that wrapped up the Toy Story saga in the perfect way.
Partner.
Number 3, Son of a Bitch, He Stole My Line. Good Will Hunting.
Son of a bitch. He stole my line.
Good Will Hunting is a classic for a reason, and there are a few lines these iconic quotes show some of the best lines from the film. Sean is a romantic, someone who loved or loves his wife for the imperfections he saw as perfections. Even better was an excuse to miss the World Series. He had to see a girl. Adorable, romantic, genuine, you name it. Sean had everyone's hearts with this line, but what's even better is the end where Will uses his own words against him, to which Sean laughs in joy and embarrassment. The ending left a positive and optimistic note with Will taking a shot with Skylar, something he never would have done without Sean's help and guidance.
Son of a bitch. He stole my line.
Number 2, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he did not exist, and like that, he's gone. The Usual Suspects.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. One story the guys told me, the story I believe.
The Usual Suspects is a fantastic crime film. On top of telling a great story, the film is loaded with plenty of memorable quotes. It's impossible to talk about this movie without talking about the stunning ending. After we are taken on this complex and thrilling journey, the rug is suddenly pulled out from under us and we realize it was all a lie. Watching the film again, it becomes clear that Verbal, aka Kaiser Soze, was laying out his plan the entire time. He explains to Kujan that a man like Kaiser Soze is only going to pop up rarely. He says, the greatest trick devil ever pulled was convincing the world he did not exist. The line echoes back as Kaiser Soze finally reveals himself before disappearing forever.
Exist. One story the guys told me, the story I believe, was from his days in Turkey. There was a gang of Hungarians that wanted their own mob. They realized...
Number 1, roads. Where we're going, we don't need roads. Back to the Future.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
The Back to the Future trilogy is full of great moments, and also a lot of hilarious and memorable quotes. One of these quotes is at the end of the film. This line may have been parodied and homaged so many times at this point that it's completely lost all impact and became sort of cheesy. But upon its first viewing, it actually gets us very excited to see Robert Zemeckis' version of the future in Back to the Future Part 2. Obviously, the 2015 depicted in that movie was very different from the 2015 we all lived a few years ago, but it wasn't a million miles away, and audiences in the 80s didn't know that. As far as they knew, we would all be driving flying cars in 2015. That's the magic of cinema.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
That's all, guys. What, in your opinion, is the best line or scene at the end of a film you love? Don't forget to leave your comments. We'd love to know your opinion. Thanks for watching. Until then, see you in the next video, and be sure to let us know your video suggestions.